Hello friends, welcome in our online lecture. Today we see our poem 2.1 Song of the Open Road. First of all, we see the portrait of our poet, that is Walt Whitman's. This is the portrait of Walt Whitman's. After that one, we see the information about our author that is already given in our textbook. Walt Whitman took birth on 1819 and left this world. Was an American poet, essayist, and journalist. Whitman is among the most influential poets in the American canon and is often called the father of free verse. He, After that one, we see about something about a poem. Whitman separates his poem into four separate stanzas, with the exception of the first stanza, which contained only 3 lines. The other stanzas contain 4 lines in 4 lines of verse. The poem utilizes free verse. The lines are unrhymed and of varying lengths. Song of the Open Road is told from a first person point of view, and the speaker, perhaps Whitman, knows himself very well. So, at the beginning of the poem, we wanted to discuss that the poem is written in a dramatic monologue, and also poem is written in a free verse, because we find some poetic devices in the poem, but poem hasn't or poem do not have any scheme or matter that we can't find in the poem. We see the explanation of poem line by line here. A foot and light-hearted, I take to the open road, healthy free, the world before me. The long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. This is the first 4 lines of the poem. In this line, poet wanted to tell us that he start a new journey of life with a lightened heart, means with a very fresh manner, haven't any confusion in the mind, and he take a new path towards the success with a healthy mind, with a free, there is no confusion in the mind. Whatever came in the way, he can tackle it and achieve success in the life. So, what is the next one stanza? Stanza number second. Henceforth, I myself am good fortune. Henceforth, I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. So, what is the meaning of this stanza? We see explanation of this stanza number second. The speaker says that he does not have to pray for good luck because he is the maker of his own luck. He will no longer cry or hesitate to do what he wants because he is in need of nothing. He is no longer content with being all inside. He is strong and happy to be on the open road. In the line 6, Whitman says of querulous criticism, the use of alliteration here emphasizes the speaker's carefree tone, which is continued throughout the course of Song of the Open Road. This is the explanation of the second one stanza. Now we move towards the stanza number 3. The earth That is sufficient. I do not want the constellation any nearer. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. The speaker seems to separate himself from other in this stanza. He do not take the help from the rich people who himself recognize as a good, strong persons. He says the earth is fine the way it is. He does not desire to be any closer to the stars than he already is. He knows they are fine where they are, and he knows they are good enough for those who belong to them. Last line in the is in the strong contrast to the rest of the poem, where the speaker emphasizes his free will and independence, which means he probably does not include him who belong to the constellation. He does not belong to them because he does not need them at all. This is the meaning of stanza number 3rd. Stanza number 4th. Still I carry my old delicious burden. I carry them, men and women. I carry them with me whatever I go. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. I am filled with them and I will fill with them in return. What is the message that is given in the stanza number 4? Whitman uses parentheses here, makes the stanza more of a side than its own separate being. It is almost an afterthought that the speaker decide to throw in, but it is still important to sum up the not without his own problems, but instead of fretting, he relishes them. The reader can see this through Whitman's dictions. His use of the word delicious burden means that his attachment with neighbors or the dearer one or the nearer one he can't left from his delicious burdens. Whitman's convey the sense of relish the speaker. In the second line of the final stanza, the speaker admits to all that he carries them with him wherever he goes. This thought is continued in the final 2 lines of the poem. The speaker declares that he cannot rid himself of them. Instead, he and his burdens share a symbolic relationship of sort. He is filled with his burdens and in return he feels them. The speaker is stating here that his burdens do not define him wherever he goes. Now we see the all meaning of all stanzas here. The poem is in the voice of the poet ready to start on a journey in the form of a dramatic monologue. The speaker speak about his readiness to begin his journey. He is open-minded, prepared to face the problems that he may come across. The journey is metaphorical for the journey of life. The poet is also confident that he has the freedom to choose his own path. He does not feel good luck must favor him. He will work hard and make his dream come true. It is then not a question of hard work. He is no longer going to complain or delay. He will now put his plan into action. He is no longer going to sit safe only complaining and not doing anything. He will stop finding excuses for postponing. He feels he is strong enough to meet all the problems of life that may come in his way. The earth is enough to provide for his needs. He does not need destiny or a lucky star to help him. He is sure he can manage his life journey. Constellations refer to powerful people. He says, he says he does not require powerful people to help him to progress. The last four lines, the poet separates himself